What if your next adventure could change your life forever? That's exactly what happened to these YouTubers. From a YouTuber uncovering lost tribal artifacts to accidentally stumbling upon $1 million car collection, these real-life treasure hunts led to shocking discoveries. Some made millions, others solved cold cases, and a few found things so terrifying they ran for their lives. Here are the craziest discoveries ever made by YouTubers. Let's dive in. The YouTuber The Bearded Explorer is known for venturing into abandoned places and sharing his discoveries. That's his whole thing. But on this particular day, nothing could have prepared him for what he found. In an abandoned site, he stumbled upon a fleet of vintage luxury cars. Walking around in disbelief, he took in the sight. Around 40 incredible automobiles, gathering dust like forgotten relics of another era.
Exploring one of the most incredible discoveries I have ever made. This lance here must be worth an absolute fortune. Fraser Nash. That is not what I think it is. I think this could be the Nadia Silver Ray. Another Bentley. Cannot believe I've just found an Aston Martin Lagonda. I think I may have just found the greatest discovery in my career.
Among the cars were models dating back to the early 1900s, some worth hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. But that wasn't all. He also found paintings and old cases, hinting that this place might have once belonged to a racetrack owner.
We've got some lovely paintings here, some really nice ones, some really cool posters. This one here's from Monaco, 1989. Wow. Lord Montague Bewley.
But who exactly owned the place? He had no idea. One thing was certain: the total value of these abandoned cars ran into the tens of millions of dollars. Next on the list is the time a YouTuber solved a long-standing mystery with his discovery. Adventures with Purpose is a YouTuber dedicated to recovering lost items from lakes and ponds. But his work goes beyond simple retrieval. He also assists law enforcement in solving cases that have remained mysteries for years. Then, in May 2020, he would uncover one of the greatest puzzles yet. During an environmental cleanup in Portland, Oregon, he and his team used maps and diving gear to search for sunken vehicles. As they pulled them to shore, they had no idea what they were about to find.
Anyway, we have a car that's coming out right now. This car today, we're gonna do this whole thing live. Like, we've spent the last, 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Already getting this thing out because it was
10:30.
10:30 this morning. It was 80 feet deep. And so we're now at the very end of this, and we've never done actual live.
While live streaming the work they were doing, they uncovered something so unsettling and horrifying.
There's a shoe in there. Whoa, 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 whoa! Call the cops, call the cops, call the cops!
Inside the car they had pulled out, there was a decomposed body of bones in the front seat of the car. Police later identified the remains as Timothy Robinson, who had been missing since 2008. This recovery brought closure to his family after 12 long years. Speaking of discovering something chilling in unexpected places, this brings us to the next YouTuber. Two YouTubers, Andy and Luis, set out to explore a deep forest, unaware of what awaited them. As they moved even deeper into the site, they found an ancient cave. Its walls were covered in strange markings and crystals. The place looked like it had once been a site of ritual worship, dedicated to some unknown deity.
This place has got the Grim Reaper carved into the wall, Cyclops, boars. The place is pretty freaky. Look closely at this. All the walls made out of like crystals, look. The shells on there as well. Everything, guys. Don't know if you can make it out very good on the camera. That's the Cyclops. So you got a big eye, nose, mouth, A big beard.
But while they were fascinated by all they saw, the atmosphere changed as things took a terrifying turn when they realized they probably weren't the only ones there. Listening closely, they heard strange sounds coming from deep within the cave, sending chills down their spines. And just when they thought it couldn't get worse, a sudden, powerful gust of wind nearly knocked their camera out of their hands.
What the hell was that?
Freaked out by the experience, Andy and Luis believed they had just encountered a ghost. But there are more chilling discoveries like this. While hiking near a park in Suffolk County, New York, a YouTuber named Dateline420 stumbled across a disturbing scene.
Look what these fucking are.
The trees at the edge of a property were covered with dozens of real missing person posters, which were faded, suggesting they had been hung out there for so long. Some of the posters dated back years.
These, you could tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the fucking tape, look at the water damage. These shits have been hanging up for a while.
A whole lot of questions raced through his mind as he tried to understand what he had found. Was it a twisted joke, or could it be tied to a serial killer? As he explored the place further, he saw even more unsettling things. There was a crude cage made with sticks and a filled-in hole nearby. Although the property owners claimed it was a Halloween setup, the old deteriorated posters and lack of other decorations suggested otherwise. Dateline420 revisited the site later, only to find trespassing signs and no sign of a Halloween party. Exploring with Josh and his crew, they visited the Ape Cave in Washington County, a vast lava tube stretching over 2 miles. The group squeezed through narrow passages until they got to the very end.
I can't believe we made it. Yeah, I was gonna turn back. I was like, no, we gotta keep going. But we made it to the very end.
Yeah, you never know what you can find.
That's sick.
And this is pretty cool. This
This
is like our own hideout right now.
This is our hideout. No one else would even come here, so this is definitely a secret spot.
We got
Our new secret spot. We have the secret beach and now this.
Unsure if they should continue, they turned and headed back. But as they emerged into a wider section of the cave, they encountered something shocking. A little girl, alone and terrified, with no flashlight to guide her.
English?
I don't know
You
if
speak
they
English? No English.
No?
Oh, okay.
Okay, come with us.
Hey, Josh. Do you see those, the couple that was back there?
Wanna
Can
come
you
with
tell
us?
them their daughter's up here and she's scared?
They don't speak. She doesn't speak
She doesn't
English.
speak
They don't
English.
speak English.
It's okay.
It's all right. This is the way back.
After some difficulty communicating due to a language barrier, they helped her out and reunited her with her family, who had also been exploring the cave.
What an experience. As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself. Then she just stood there in the back, so I started talking to her, but she wouldn't answer me. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't think she speaks English. It turns out she really didn't speak English at all. She's by herself, curled the whole way in there by herself, no light. No light, what the heck? I don't get it, no light. She didn't even speak English. So they were like, okay, come with us. And eventually, I guess her parents were yelling her name in their language. And yeah, she went back, but she started crying and stuff. It was kind of a crazy situation.
Without Josh and his team, the girl might have remained stranded in the dark cave with no means to get out. Number 5. YouTuber Joey Mack and a friend were dirt biking in the mountains sometime in 2019 when they spotted a teenage girl walking barefoot. The sight startled him. There wasn't supposed to be anyone else out there besides him and his friend. Joey was shocked to see anyone in such a remote area, let alone a young girl. The little girl seemed so out of place. Confused, Joey couldn't stop wondering where she came from.
Where did she come from?
Joey met up with his friend and told him what he had seen, but the whole incident had freaked him out, and he decided to abandon the place as quickly as possible.
She just like was staring.
Like running at me.
She did?
Yeah, I was like, I rode back to the river.
Yeah.
She was like sprinting through there.
What? She was just like kind of like staring at me. Dude, that was weird. Let's get the fuck out of here. What was she carrying?
However, when Joey got home, he confided in his girlfriend about what he had seen on the deserted road. But this is where things took a surprising turn. Based on his description, his girlfriend told him that the girl he had seen closely resembled Kari Gusi, a teenager who had been reported missing in 2018. Realizing the significance of his discovery, Joey immediately alerted the authorities, providing them with all the details of what he had encountered while hiking in the mountains.
Hello, I'm calling about a missing persons report, and I think I might have seen the girl.
Do you know the name of the person?
Yes, it's Carly Gusse. She went missing in Bishop, California, but I was out in Hemet. It's like Batista Canyon Road out in the mountains. And I came across a girl that looks really close to her out in the hills right off the side of the road, and I seen a picture of it and just kind of popped in my head, and it looked exactly like her, so I thought I'd call in and make a report at least.
Sadly, despite the authorities' efforts to search the area thoroughly, Kari was never found and remains missing to this day. But while the YouTubers in this case never found the missing child, luck took a different turn for these other YouTubers. Lacey and Clicks find a missing boy on stream. Lacey and Clicks were out doing an IRL stream, casually chatting with their audience and even interacting with a few people at the location. It was just another ordinary day in the life of a streamer until something unexpected happened. A boy wearing green shorts approached them. At first, the two streamers assumed he was just another random passerby and tried engaging him in conversation, but something about his mannerisms seemed off.
No, you good, bro? Good what? You get it out of you? No, not a drill. What? Oh, are you good? I'm aspiring. No, you are not, dude. I'm good.
They initially thought he was drunk or possibly on drugs, and even laughed about his odd behavior while discussing it with their audience.
Oh, no.
Hours later, they received an email from someone who recognized the boy. It was his brother, but things took an even more surprising turn. The boy was 17 years old and had been missing for 5 months. His strange behavior wasn't due to intoxication, but to schizophrenia. With this new information, Lacey and Clicks were able to track him down again and help reunite him with his family. In December 2023, an Australian couple, Strick and Fran, made a shocking discovery. Their YouTube channel, B2B Castaways, was dedicated to documenting their adventures, drifting on the sea and exploring remote islands. But on one of these trips, things took an eerie turn. While exploring a secluded island, Fran stumbled upon a cave, and inside, she found something chilling. A human skull, along with a pile of bones, lay hidden in the darkness. What started as another routine adventure had suddenly turned into a mystery they never expected to uncover.
My heart is pumping. You wouldn't believe what I just spotted. Oh my god, it's right there. Far out.
Unable to believe what she had found, she went to inform her partner Strick.
I cannot believe what I just found.
Scared the hell out of what? What did you find?
I found a human skull.
No way. Really? Oh man. Nothing can really prepare you for that. We were not expecting to find anything like this. This is crazy. This is more bones here. This is a pile of bones. Here's a whole stack of human bones. We might have stumbled across
a burial site.
After wondering for so long about what it could possibly be, they both concluded that the location was likely an Aboriginal burial site, a sacred place where tribes preserve the skeletons of their deceased to honor their spirits. Stumbling upon such an ancient cultural site was completely unexpected. And speaking of discovering hidden cultural communities, that brings us to this next YouTuber.
John's parents brought him up to be Christian.
John Allen Chow was a 26-year-old missionary who shared his experiences and thoughts on social media. When he learned about an uncontacted tribe on North Sentinel Island, he felt called to go there. Despite warnings that the tribe rejected outsiders and was known for its hostility, John was determined and refused to be discouraged. With the help of an Indian fisherman, he made his way toward the island, bringing gifts of fish and a waterproof Bible. However, the tribe immediately rejected him. Undeterred, John returned by canoe, but the tribe warned him not to come any closer. Still, he pressed on. On his second attempt, he approached them again, singing worship songs and carrying gifts. This time, a young boy from the tribe shot an arrow at him. Miraculously, the arrow struck his Bible, sparing his life. On November 17, 2018, for his third and final attempt to make contact, John entrusted his journal to the fisherman who had taken him there. But this time, he never returned. It was the last anyone ever saw of him. But while John Allen Chow was rejected and killed by the native tribe he tried to contact, another YouTuber's discovery of a hidden tribe had a very different outcome. The YouTuber YBS Youngblood set out on an exploration that led him to the island of Vanuatu, where he stumbled upon a secluded tribe, untouched by modern civilization. At first, the people were cautious of the unfamiliar visitor, but YBS made it clear that he came in peace and meant no harm. In the end, the tribe welcomed him with open arms. They celebrated his arrival, shared their food, and allowed him to stay among them. What could have been a tense encounter turned into a heartwarming experience, and YBS had an unforgettable time with the tribe. And speaking of an unforgettable encounter, you don't want to miss our next video. So hit the subscribe button, like the video, and comment your most outrageous encounter that now makes a beautiful memory. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.